What's up, guys? CryptoSavvy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every single day on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Although we are changing it a little bit, I will only be doing Litecoin and Ethereum and the Dow Jones a couple times a week to keep these videos a little bit shorter. But we are going to take a look at the bullish and the bearish case scenario here. I am still leaning bearish. I'll tell you why. We'll take a look at all time frames in Bitcoin. Definitely stick around. Don't forget there's a free Discord group in the description below the video, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, or investment advice. Disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it. And always remember, this is my opinion. It's up to you to make yours. All right, we are going to start out by reminding you guys that the Kobo Vault Generation 2 giveaway is on Sunday. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit that like button. Leave your comment down below, and that will get you entered to win. We'll pick a random comment from a random video throughout the week on Sunday. All right, let's look at the news headlines, get a feel for the sentiment. Market wrap, crypto market eerily quiet as Bitcoin stuck near 9,200. Survey shows 42% of investors expect a $15,000 Bitcoin price in 2020. Comprehensive analysis predicts Bitcoin price near 20K. 190 million Bitcoin fund tied to former sheriff of Wall Street. And Bitwise calls $50,000 Bitcoin price. Very bullish news. That is very bearish to me. Make up your own mind. Like I said, we're at 42 on the fear and greed index. We've dropped 2 points from yesterday. Still in the fear zone. And that's not the chart I wanted. Let's look at the monthly. We'll go into the monthly, weekly, couple charts on the daily, 4 hour, and then the 1 hour, and look at the more immediate price action at the end. But let's take a look at this. The higher highs in the price action over here from last month, and lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence. So in the bigger picture, we are still bearish in my opinion. We had the same thing on the weekly over here. A weekly close this week above 9,900 would turn me bullish. Unless that was to happen, I remain bearish. The bullish case is this falling wedge here, falling broadening wedge that we broke out of. The measured move of that, if that was valid, is 16,000. Although I do have lower lows here. Let's look at where we're at on the weekly. Same thing, we had higher highs in the price, lower highs back here a couple weeks ago. That is bearish divergence, which does seem to be playing out. And if we look right now, the 8 EMA is right around the 9,060 range. We are getting support on that now. A break below that, and our next support is going to be around 8,860. That would be the 13 EMA and then the 21 EMA. And again, guys, this is on the weekly. It's around 8,640, 55 EMA, all the way down to around the 8,200 range. That would also be coming, if we came straight down to retest the top of this trend line here on the falling broadening wedge, would be around 8,500. There's a long-term support and resistance line there. If we break below that, it's going to get pretty damn ugly. But that's where we're at with it. So let's take a look at our daily. This is the RSI that we've watched for weeks now, and this is one of the reasons I'm remaining extremely bearish. As you can see, I have this neckline here as a possible head and shoulders, this being the left shoulder. I'll draw it out for you so you guys can see it. This being the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we broke below the neckline, came up, tested it for resistance, and we're getting rejected. That is why I remain bearish. If we close a daily in the RSI above this trend line, that switches it up a little bit. That'll change my bias a little bit towards the bullish side if we close up here, which I don't think is going to happen. Remember, in the daily, we can pop up into this range and close back down below it before the end of the day. So always keep that in mind when you're looking at the RSI. It goes with the body, not the wick. All right, now let's take a look at these measured moves here. First one being, if we look at the white, well, I do want to point out, You can see what happens when the market rises too fast. You see what happened last time. We broke out of this channel, came back, tested it, got rejected, and plummeted. We have the same type thing here. We were going straight up. We broke down right here. The measured move of the breakdown of that is around 90 or 6,900. That's my first target range here. Then I have this orange trend line in here off of all of these wicks in here. The break of that measured move, that being a rising broadening wedge, and the measured move of that being around 55.50. And then I have this pink line here from the wicks over here all the way up to the top. And if we did a measured move on that one, depending on where we break, if we were to break down today, the measured move is around 43 to 4,400. Remember, we also have a gap at about 3,500, and that is a possibility that that fills. I'm not saying it has to happen, but I'm saying definitely keep that in the back of your mind that it is there, and it definitely a good possibility it may fill. Let's look at the EMAs right here on the daily. And as of right now, we are getting rejected on the 55 EMA on the daily, and that's around 9160 area. And if we could break above that, the 8 EMA on the daily lies around the 9188. If we break above that, 9250. If we break above that, around the 9300 is a 21 EMA. Close a daily above that, then we could be looking at the 9600 range. Again, that's looking less and less likely. This actually looks like a bear flag forming here. Now let's take a measured move of that real quick from measuring the flagpole here. Let me change that line. I don't like it for my measured moves. All right. And if we take the measured move, if this is a bear flag forming here, the measured move of that gets us all the way down to the 8,300, if that's the case. But remember, we have the 200 EMA sitting around the 87 or 8,600, 8550 to 8,600 is a 200 EMA. I would expect at least a bounce there. But if we look at the daily, volumes declining almost to nothing, guys. This is ready for a break in one direction or the other. Another look at the daily here. On this one, I have the Fibonacci retracements from the swing low to the swing high. Hey, if you guys are interested in trading, I'm going to leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. Definitely, by far, my favorite exchange. You can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow, pretty much everything with your Bitcoin. So it gets you exposure to all the traditional markets by using your Bitcoin. Definitely check it out. And if you use my promo code Savvy50, you get 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus up to 1 Bitcoin. Savvy25 gets you 25% off of your trading fees. But yeah, let's look at this Fibonacci retracement. The first line of support is the 0.236 retracement, which was 88.90. We dipped a little below it, but we did get support there, bounced back up. If we come down and break that 88.90, we'll have that $8,500 area as the next support, long-term support and resistance. 79.41 is the 0.382. And then we have another long-term support and resistance line at 7,700. Then 71.40 is the 0.5 fib, and we have our target of 69, which I do believe it's most likely we hit this. The golden pocket zone is between 61.50 and 63.50, right in this area. I would expect at least a good bounce here. If that does not hold it and we break it, 5,400 has been my target for a really long time, and I will show you why in the monthly. If you can see this channel that we broke out of here, to come back down and retest this channel would also line up with the 55 EMA, which is at 5,400. That is why I'm looking at that. But yeah, and again, we have the 0.786 at 52.51. If we break that low, I do believe this would most likely just be a stop point. And again, look at the daily. It is so low on volume. It is ready to burst. But yeah, we do have a CME futures gap around 3,500, right in that range down there. So keep that in mind, guys. Let's look at the RSI on this one. I have it drawn out a little bit different. So on this one, you can see we have a falling channel here. We got rejected at the top, support at the bottom. Didn't quite make it to the top here, support at the bottom, rejected at the top. We could be coming all the way down. That would be a pretty big drop to come all the way down and retest this, but we are also in this smaller falling channel, which a retest of that is going to give us those lower lows. Now, in the daily, if we do break up out of this channel and close outside of it, that would be pretty bearish. Pretty bullish. We could be coming up, test the top of this trend line here, which is the bottom of the rising broadening wedge. And that would be in the more of the bull trap that I've been talking about as a possibility. Any move up here, guys, I think would be a bull trap. And let's look at the 4 hour, then we'll go into the 1 hour. I do want to remind you guys, my wife's webpage is another way to support the channel. Besides hitting that thumbs up, take a second out if you haven't done it already. Leave your comments down below. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And check out her site. She's got a lot of cool crypto stuff on here. You could put any crypto you want. It doesn't have to be just what you see. Just hit her up in the contact. She could put sayings on there, whatever you want. It doesn't even have to do with crypto if you don't want it to. So just something to think about and look at. All right, 4 hour. Let's get the RSI off there. Looking at the 4 hour, we are getting rejected at the 55 EMA at 9,200. Right as of right now, we are getting support on top of the 8, the 13, and the 21 EMA, and those are around the 9130, 9140 range. If we close a 4 hour below that, most likely it's going to get bearish, and we're going to at least come down to test this trend line again at an 88.77 range. Let's take a look at the retracements. So again, guys, if we end up closing a candle or even a wick above 10,560, that gets me pretty damn bullish at that point. Obviously, there's been a whole lot of resistance all along the way here. I don't know why my chart's taking so long to load, but yeah, we have been getting lower highs all the way across here. Not a huge difference, but they are lower highs, so keep that in mind. Bulls and the bears are just arguing like crazy lately. I am a major bear, again, until something shows me different. Let's look at the 55 EMA at 92. A break of that, our next support, our resistance is 93. Break above 93 when we go into the 1 hour. I'll give you my targets there if we do go up there. But again, looking at this as a rising channel here, we take a measured move and we break down past this 88.77 range. That also is confluent with that 6,900. Another one is looking at this rising channel in yellow to where we broke down right up here. Also gets us to 69. So that's a pretty, it's a pretty good target. I am really thinking we go down to this level. Again, I could be wrong, and we'll take a look at that. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. So we're looking at this as a possible falling wedge, which we have broken out of. A measured move. Well, first off, let's look at this rising wedge here, which we broke out of right here. And a measured move of that gets us down to about the 85.60 range. But I do have a lower target. It's actually getting lower the further we go along here. So we could be looking at that $8,300, $8,400 range. That would be retesting this bottom trend line here. But let's look at this falling wedge. Although I don't believe it was actually a falling wedge at this point. But we're still going to take a measured move of that and look at where the target going up is. And I'll zoom in so you guys can see it here in a minute. If I can grab it, would be wonderful. Let me zoom in a little. Get this off of there. All right. So the measured move of the break up from here would get us to right back up to test that top again at $9,800 range. Again, I don't believe that's happening, but keep it in mind. Here is what I'm looking at here on the small time frame. This is the 1 hour. From the swing low to the swing high, you can see my Fibonacci retracements here. I actually got to put one more in there. And we'll put it at the 0.7 or 0.236 down here. So we broke through the 0.236, came up. We did not open and close a candle above the 91.93. That is the 0.382 fib. And then we have the 0.5. If we're able to break up above this, the 0.5 is right around 93.10. I would expect a rejection there, maybe come back down to test the 92. If that was to happen, guys, there's a good chance we just continue down from here. But a break of that would get us up to the golden retracement zone around 94.20. And a break of that would get us up to this 95.87, which is the 0.786, which is confluent to retesting this area here that was support and should become resistance as we drop down. If we do come up to this high, to the $95.80 to $9,600 range, I do believe that will be extreme bull trap, and we will just come crashing down from there. Let's zoom in on the 1 hour, see if we can see anything else here. We are getting rejected at the 21 EMA around 91.50 now. The 55 EMA lies around 91.35. If we break below there, open and close the candle below there, we would most likely be coming back down to test this 0.236 fib again and around 90.50. If that breaks, and if this falling wedge is correct, if that breaks, we could be coming down to the $89.80 to $9,000 range. If we get a bounce there, we may come up, test this again before continuing down. But as of right now, it's looking like it's down, guys. Starting to look for the next stop to be, if we don't get this bull trap, the next stop to be around the 8,300, 82 to 8,300, depending. Let's look at the RSI. RSI seems to be in a channel here, kind of a wedge. We had a touch on the top, bottom, top, bottom. We have not touched the top again yet, so that is possible for that bull trap to get us all the way up to that $9,600 range. So keep that in mind. I don't believe it's going to happen, but it definitely could. Is there any divergence to speak of right now? Take a look at this. Let's take a look at pre-market real quick, just see what it's looking like. Dow is down 156, so it's looking like it could be a down day. As you guys know, I don't edit my videos, so some of my screw ups will be in here. Deal with it, I guess. But yeah, it's looking bearish, guys. Like I said, any pump up from here, I think is just going to be a massive bull trap. I mean, if you want to trade it, good for you if you hit it. But yeah, as far as I see this is definitely still bearish. Everything's bearish. Litecoin, Ethereum, if you want to check out those, just check out yesterday's video. Nothing has changed. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Make sure you click the CryptoSavvy logo by my head to subscribe to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes and leave those comments. It helps the channel out more than you know. Also, share the video. If you belong to any groups or whatever, share the video. Help get it out there, because YouTube does a horrible job of getting the notifications out. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Take it easy. Have an awesome day.